Study of Matthew 12:38-42. Title: The Sign of Jonah and the Final Warning. Matthew 12:38-42 KJV. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, a greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it. For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is here. A historical understanding. What did Jesus mean to his original audience? In Matthew 12:38-42, the Pharisees and scribes demand a sign from Jesus to prove his authority. Jesus responds, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The Matthew 12:39-40 KJV 1. The sign of Jonah in Jewish context. Jonah was a prophet sent to Nineveh, a Gentile city, Jonah 1:17. His 3 days in the fish symbolized death and resurrection. Jesus compares himself to Jonah, foretelling his burial and resurrection. The Ninevites repented at Jonah's preaching, yet Israel, God's chosen people, rejected Jesus, something Jesus condemns. Matthew 12:41. The Queen of Sheba's condemnation. Jesus references 1 Kings 10, where the Queen of Sheba, a Gentile, traveled far to hear Solomon's wisdom. Yet Israel had greater than Solomon in Christ himself, and still rejected him. Conclusion for the original audience. Jesus was warning Israel that their unbelief would bring judgment. The only sign they would receive was his resurrection, proof of his messiahship. 2. Spiritual meaning for today, the final warning. 1. No further sign for this generation. Jesus declared that no further sign would be given except his resurrection. Today many seek new revelations, prophecies, or supernatural signs, but the ultimate sign has already been given: Christ's victory over death. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Matthew 28:6-2. Jesus' descent into the lower parts of the earth. Peter writes, For Christ also hath once suffered for sins, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison. 1 Peter 3:18-19. This aligns with Ephesians 4:9. He also descended first into the lower parts of the earth. Some interpret this as Christ proclaiming victory to fallen angels, Jude 1:6, or Old Testament saints, Ephesians 4:8. For as God did not abandon Christ to hell, Psalm 16:10. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Jesus' suffering was temporary. His resurrection confirmed his divine mission. Final thought. We live in the last days, and just as Jonah's sign was enough for Nineveh, Christ's resurrection is enough for us. There will be no new sign, only the call to repent and believe. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Corinthians 6:2. Let us heed the warning.